it all behind you. I said, take down everything that stands in your way. Don't stop believing it'll work out again, my friend. Stand out and be a part of everything good. Wake up, you're gonna be all that you should. Try out all the things you always wanted to be. You'll see, 'cause I know what I know, that you've got it in you, and I see that you are a winner.
So people are born gay. I believe that. I believe that whether it's genetic or whether it has something to do with how many male sons a woman has, or whatever, I feel like eventually they will come across the natural reason why people are born gay. In the meantime, I think it's wrong to ridicule people for who they fall in love with. It's not your business. It's none of your business who somebody falls in love with, or who somebody's heart belongs to, or who somebody wants to be with 24/7 because they can't imagine life without them. It's none of your business. And calling people names and judging people and calling people abominations because you don't agree with it or you find it offensive, in my opinion, is bigoted and wrong. So that brings me to a video that Brandon Collins sent me this morning. I'm trying to get back to it. Okay, we're working on it. We're getting there. First of all, he sent me this photo. And I can't find the photo, so hang on a second. Okay, the photo that Brandon sent me says the U.S. government spends more than $550 million each year to persuade Americans to consume meat and other animal products. And then down below in small letters it says, and yet people complain about vegan propaganda. Comment here. The U.S. government is trying to persuade Americans to consume meat products to support American farming, American farmers. I have never seen a commercial where the U.S. government puts out commercials or has a commercial that tells you you're stupid if you don't eat it, or tells you that you're a cruel and horrible person because you're not eating what they think you should eat. I have never seen a commercial like that put out by the U.S. government trying to guilt trip people for not wanting to eat what they think they should eat. Never seen a commercial like that put out by the U.S. government. So another thing that people are born being, we're born being omnivores. I believe if you look up the definition of an omnivore in the dictionary, you'll find that it is an animal that eats both meat and vegetation. That's an omnivore. Humans are omnivores. I believe all the great apes are omnivores. I could be wrong about that. I'm not a huge, expert when it comes to great apes, but I believe that all or most of them, I have a fuzzy, are omnivores. Humans are omnivores. We're born omnivores. Even the vegan atheist, excuse me, is an omnivore. It's terrible, isn't it? He manages to commit himself to eating contrary to what he is. He has chosen to eat food that is a direct contradiction to what he is born being, which is an omnivore. That's great. I have no problem with that. I think that's he's got he feels bad for how animals are treated cruelly, and that's his way of opposing the cruelty of animals. It's also his way of eating better food. He's into the nutrition. He knows about nutrition. He wants to put food in his body that's good for him. That's great. That's his decision. That's his choice. My mom had a cyst when she was younger, and she chose to be a vegetarian because she thought eating healthy would help her body fight the cyst, and it did go away. So there's a lot to be said for eating healthy foods. My mother didn't walk around declaring herself a vegetarian. She only ate fish. Everything else was vegetables. So she wasn't truly a vegetarian, but she was pretty close. She didn't walk around declaring herself to be a vegetarian. She didn't put down people who weren't vegetarians. She didn't judge them. She did not call people stupid. In fact, she actually prepared meat for me and my brother like normal. It was just her choice to eat non-red meat foods because of her health issue. I think that's fine. I think people who have made a personal choice or a commitment to eat healthier, or maybe they don't want to support or contribute to the cruelty of animals, which is so prevalent in a lot of farming and ranching, I think that's an excellent choice for them to make. But it is a personal one. It's a personal choice, just like it's a personal choice who somebody sleeps with behind closed doors in their own home. It's a personal choice what somebody chooses to put on their dinner table. That's a personal choice. Brandon Collins directed me to a video by the Vegan Atheist. Apparently he makes a whole series of videos, and this one is entitled Stupid Meat Eater Comment Number 9. Interesting how we're labeling people who don't eat or agree with the foods he likes to eat are stupid. And I couldn't honestly listen to more than a few minutes of this video because I don't know if he's talking like this or if this is an electronic voice. It sounds like it's a mechanical voice. I cannot stand listening to anything that's forget it. I tune it out. Between that and the fact that the first person who made a comment made a very intelligent and pleasant comment to him, and he turns around and very intellectually puts this person down. I think his name was Greg. I think it was a guy. Anyway, again and again and again, in a snooty way, puts this person down because he doesn't agree with the vegan diet. He doesn't eat the vegan diet. He puts him down. Referring to people who are not vegans as bloodthirsty cavemen who don't care about the lives of other sentient beings. That's kind of a put down, don't you think? Just because other people can't commit to your vegan lifestyle, I think that's a huge put down. You know, if products were made, and the day that the products are made, I will stop eating meat because I would rather not eat I would rather not contribute to the cruelty of animals either. So the day that they make products that are not disgusting and puke-worthy, maybe that's the day that I will be able to make that kind of commitment. But you know what? Those products don't exist yet. I have yet to find anything that is that's fake meat or an alternative to meat that hasn't made me want to throw up. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. I like meat. I enjoy meat. And I don't find that that's something I feel guilty about or feel like I'm ashamed of or feel like, oh, well, I don't eat very much. It's true, I don't eat very much meat. I don't say that because I feel guilty or I know deep down inside that it's bad. You know, he makes this kind of a comment anyway. I eat meat, but it's not a primary thing because meat is expensive. You know, it's something that I make dishes that have meat in it, but the primary ingredient is not meat, if that makes any sense. And I eat a lot of things that don't have meat in them, if that makes any sense too. But I don't keep tabs of how much meat I eat. I don't have like a little scale. I don't, keep track. And I don't carry around a load of guilt for eating meat. He refers to people who eat meat as eating somebody or eating a who or a person or whatever. The way he uses it, the phrase. Is a mouse a who? When I give a mouse to my snake, am I feeding the snake a who? Because he says, I don't care who you eat. Is the mouse a who? Should I be giving my snake tofu or artificial food? Snake is a carnivore. carnivore. It needs meat. But gee, the mouse has a right to live. Isn't it bad that I'm giving the mouse to the snake? That's just so mean. And I have to kill the mouse first, because if I don't kill the mouse first, well, then it's going to bite the snake and it can potentially do harm or kill the snake. Actually, I buy mice that are dead already, frozen, and I thaw them and I give them to the snake. But I'm contributing to the demise of billions of mice by doing that. Is that wrong? You know what I do? I sign petitions. Every time a petition crosses my email, whatever, I sign it. Anything that has to do with trying to combat the cruelty of animals or cruelty directed at animals in farming or ranching, I sign petitions. That's how I do. That's my way of combating the harm done to animals. The vegan atheist chooses to not eat meat. Well, good for him. Good for him. Not everybody can make that commitment. And I think calling people stupid. I'm just going to play the first comment in his Stupid Meat Eaters number 9.
Welcome to Stupid Meat Eater Comments. This video series presents some of the amazingly stupid comments by non-vegan YouTubers on my channel's debates and videos. Here are this week's top 5 picks. This week's comments are presented to you by Rebecca Decino. Check out her channel and make sure to subscribe.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Decino, but I like to go by Becky. I make videos about mental health, I make vegan cooking videos, and other topics. Feel free to check out my channel.
The first comment of the week is from Dogs of War Clan, and he said,
I know this will go on deaf ears, but it seems you are trying to convert people to a vegan lifestyle. May I decide that for myself? You can see the stupidity in religion telling people what to do, and yet you are telling other people how to live. I don't eat that much meat, more nuts and fruits, but I can't help it to eat some pork, pata negra. Does this then make me a bad human being, or does your judgment of others make you bad? Enjoy the holidays, sir.
Seems like a really nice guy, and I don't find his comment even remotely stupid. Now, this guy picks on him because he says, I don't eat that much meat. That's you know, he's like, oh, so what, do you feel guilty because you eat meat? This is what he has to say about this guy.
In no way have I forced you or anyone to adopt a vegan diet. So just like before you chose to watch one of my videos, you still have every right to make your own decisions on what you do or not do, or who you eat or don't eat. Expressing my views on various topics is not an attempt to create an Orwellian state in which any dissenters are subject to draconian control. YouTube is a free marketplace of ideas, and if your viewing interests lay elsewhere, then by all means, go view or create content that aligns with your beliefs. I don't believe in having anyone tell me what I should do or how I should think, but I am a supporter of learning from others who may have different perspectives and more knowledge on particular issues. I, like everyone, am more than capable of holding onto irrational beliefs. I, like many other rationally skeptically minded individuals, appreciate someone pointing out to me unfounded conclusions that I hold. I strive to believe in as many true things as possible and eliminate as many falsities as I can uncover. This is how we learn and grow. It is an interesting phenomenon that many other vegans, I'm sure, have experienced. When in discussion about veganism with people who regularly eat animals and their secretions, the meat eater often brings up how they don't eat much meat. I have 2 hypotheses on why this is brought up.
Because you're guilt tripping them. You're making them feel like, oh, they should be ashamed for simply what they choose to eat. Honestly, it's none of your business what people eat. It's one thing to say, well, it's healthy eating is ... But you interject put downs on the person. You call them stupid for not choosing to eat the same way you choose to eat. I think that what a person chooses to eat is a very personal decision. It is absolutely none of your business what somebody else chooses to eat. Judging people and putting people down because they don't agree with your chosen whatever philosophy. So let's just see what other stupid comments this guy features on his video. I mean, apparently anybody who disagrees with his opinion of what humans should eat are stupid. So let's hear some other stupid comments.
In regards to your uncontrollable desire to eat pata negra, I have no interest in judging you personally as a bad human being. I think you have every capacity to change your desires and go vegan. However, you lack the knowledge and self-motivation to take the first step. None of my videos are about passing judgment on people's characters. I am interested in addressing irrational beliefs that many of us hold and defend, be they religious or diet in nature. Next up is Proud to be Greek 1, who had this to say.
You are perfect at disproving the theories and stupidity of theists, but you're doing the same thing they do. You base your beliefs of veganism on inconclusive data. Not only it's not possible to sustain the Earth's current population on plants only, it's unhealthy too, proven by science. And so I can't help but think that you're a hypocrite, bashing people because they believe on something that cannot be proven, and at the same time you believe on something that could in time be proven wrong or right, but you already consider it true. The evidence you have that humans can be healthier if they have a vegan diet is incomplete.
Luke Nance is up next with this gem.
I have a question, vegan atheist. If homosexuality is natural because it's natural for animals, how come it's not natural for humans to eat meat when it's natural for animals? And also, what if they were allergic to non-meat products? Idiot.
I find it annoying, these people that are busily trying to defend their choice and what they eat to this guy. Why are you, why even respond? In my opinion, I'm responding, which is stupid. And I readily admit it's stupid. I think giving this person justifying what he's doing by responding is absurd. I'm being absurd. Why respond? Why feel like you have to be on the defensive? Why allow him to put you on the defensive? There's nothing shameful about eating meat. There's nothing shameful about enjoying meat. What's shameful is how animals are treated, and that is what we must oppose, and that is what we must fight. But I'm sorry, a few people choosing to deprive themselves of meat for whatever reason, there's not enough of them to make a difference, and they're not going to make enough of them exist because, I'm sorry, we are omnivores, and the majority of us are not able to make the commitment to not eating meat. So there will always be a majority of people who eat meat, and that will continue. The butchery of animals will continue. The problem here is how we treat those animals and how they are handled and how humanely they are butchered. That's the problem, and that is what we need to be opposing. We need to be standing for making the conditions better for those animals until hopefully one day there really is something that we can make that is lab produced, that is meat, but doesn't require the butchering of another life. But yeah, I don't agree with, these people are trying to defend themselves. They should not be made to have to feel that they need to defend themselves. How's that for a long sentence? They should not be put in that position where they feel the need to defend themselves. Guilt-tripping people. You would think an atheist would know better. So yeah, I wanted to come to some kind of conclusion with this video. I'm trying not to get really nasty because this whole thing really pisses me off. When I see an atheist acting like a Christian, you would think an atheist would know better. You would think an atheist would have some grasp of what it's like to be belittled. This guy in his intellectual responses belittles. He points out, oh, this and this and this statistic and this and this and this statistic, and really you should study and read up a little bit more on the subject. you know, in my lifetime, I have seen, oh, eggs are bad for you. Eggs cause heart disease. Oh, we changed our minds. Eggs are really good for you. You should eat more eggs. I have seen so many fad things, fad diets, fad whatever. This is good for you. No, we've changed our mind. This is not good for you. Oh, no, we've changed our minds again. This is really good for you. No, that statistic was wrong. I mean, and I have seen eggs is a big one, but there's other things too. And so this guy's like, oh, this statistic, whatever. You know what? Assuming the other guy doesn't know anything is kind of rude anyway. But your statistics might not necessarily be accurate. They might come up with something in 10 years. It shows your statistics aren't so accurate after all. Humans are omnivores. We are naturally omnivores. That's what we are. There's a reason we are. If you want to not be an omnivore, that's your choice. But it's a personal decision what somebody eats. And walking around preaching at people and talking down to them and implying that they know nothing about anything. Oh, I'm here to educate others. You know, whatever. That's nice. But pushing your chosen whatever on other people and calling them stupid for not having that same opinion or that same viewpoint. You know, I think that's arrogant, very arrogant, and wrong, and annoying, and rude. I don't agree with a Christian doing these things, but for an atheist to do those things, you know, I think it's slightly different when an atheist gets in the face of Christianity and opposes Christianity, because Christianity is causing a rather significant harm in the world, to people's lives, to society, to the world. I think Christianity is a poison, just like Islam is a poison that needs to be opposed. People eating whatever they choose behind their, you know, in the privacy of their own homes or at a restaurant or whatever. It's none of your fucking business what people are eating. And I'm sorry, but it isn't hurting you what somebody else is choosing to eat. Yes, animals need to be treated better. Yes, we need to take steps to make that happen. But this, just because that is your chosen step, your chosen way to demonstrate your outrage against how animals are treated, that doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else's way of opposing animal cruelty is somehow less. I think signing petitions is a good way to oppose it. You know, I think making videos is a good way to oppose it. There are a lot of different things you can do besides depriving yourself of a food that you like and is actually natural for you to eat. And it is. Sorry, you're an omnivore, natural for humans to eat meat. That there are substitutes out there, that people who don't like the idea of animals being tortured and so they want to eat the substitutes, go for it. But the bottom line is humans still require protein, and one of the primary sources for protein is meat. Now you can go ahead and put me as your video number 10 stupid things meat eaters say. I don't give a rat's ass, frankly. I think what you vegan atheists are doing is hypocritical. I think you're acting like all the things that I hate most about Christianity, how Christians act. I think that's what you're doing. And it's none of your goddamn business what people eat. It's nice to put out information about how this food is better for you. You know, eating less fat, that's good. Don't eat less fat, or do eat less fat, or eat better carbs. That's, you know, these are the better carbs for you to eat versus these carbs over here. Put out videos like that, that's fine, but lay off the judgmental bullshit. Quit judging people just because they don't see things the way you do. Because that's just, it's really kind of puts a sour taste in my mouth, especially when it's coming from an atheist who should know better.
I am absolutely convinced that the main source of hatred in the world is religion. And I think it should be religion treated with ridicule and hatred and contempt.
Share the same weather, skeptic